Hi guys, welcome to another beer review. And today we're going back to Manchester to the Track Brewing Company, and we're looking at a bottle of the Altered State Orange Acid IPA, clocking in at 4.5%. So this is brewed with water, hops, yeast, spelt, malted barley, oats and orange zest. Best before date is the 16th of the 8th 2018, and yeah, sensational artwork once again on the Track beers. And yeah, got this from Northern Beer Temple for £3.55, so very happy with that. Track Brewing, every beer I've had from them, although albeit just maybe 2 or 3. I think this might be my 4th. Can't remember. Yeah, this will be my 4th that I've had from them. Have been fantastic. I mean, I know they are getting the hype and that sort of stuff, but I think, and I'd imagine it's only a matter of time before they are, up there. To be honest, I mean, they're neighbours to Cloudwater, and then they're in good company in that area with like Alphabet, and you've got the Honest Brew little tap room that they've got, as well as many others. Yeah, funny enough, I'm hoping to be in Manchester this coming Friday, but that being said, I bought the beers today that I bought just in case I wasn't able to make it to Manchester. All depends on work and that sort of stuff, but yeah, picked up a couple of Track beers today, and I think picked up 3 because one was a collaboration. So look out for those reviews. And yeah, went to the Northern Beer Temple in Wigan. Brilliant shop. I've mentioned it. Well, I always shout out a shop or a website that I've used. Just to get whatever audience I have who might not be aware of them to go over there, because yeah, Northern Beer Temple, fairly local to me in the neighbouring town of Wigan, and yeah, it's nice to see Wigan have a place like that, and there are some fantastic local breweries popping up as well. So the craft scene and the beer scene in general is quite good in my local area. It's just, it'd be nice to see Skelmersdale get something like that. But anyway, we're not here to dwell on that. We're here to drink a beer. And I was in the mood for a citrus-infused IPA. And I picked up a few today, actually. And this was one of them. So yeah, Altered State Orange Acid IPA. You can't get any more Mancunian than that. More specifically, the late 80s, early 90s, with the whole rave scene. But yeah, Manchester, cultural hotspot. It's a mecca for me, not just for the beer, but for the graffiti, the street art, the street culture in general. I mean, Manchester's got such a rich cultural heritage, so it's like a second home to me. Even though most of my family from Liverpool, my heart always, it belongs to Manchester. And yeah, so I'm not going to overly romanticise Manchester anymore in this video, so I'm just going to get on with the beer, and using my new favourite glass, which is so comfy to hold, from Toul. So I always have to do the accent when I say it, don't I? Such a pretentious prick. Just get the beer poured and see what we get with this one. But yeah, I've had one of the New England style IPAs reviewed and one of the stouts reviewed. I've also had the Journey to the Sun. I always forget the name of it when we're in Manchester with Paul, Rob, Craig, Harry, James, Stuart from YouTube, and we had that Manchester Piss Up meetup. And yeah, we had I think it was called Journey to the Sun, and it's like one of the best New England style IPAs that I've ever had. And yeah, I had one of those in bottle form, which was like weird, not really, but kind of New England style. And then I had the YXZ, I think it's called Stout, Imperial Stout, which is just beautiful. So it's nice to see that on both ends of the colour spectrum they can produce. And I can smell this beer from here. It's underneath me. But oh, look at that. Fantastic. I didn't even realise that it was cloudy when I was pouring it. But just look at it. It's opaque, hazy, it's got that slight turbid look to it. It's like chicken gravy almost, with maybe a little bit too much water in there when you've got the granules. We've all been there. Yeah, it's really hard actually with instant chicken gravy and beef gravy to get like that right consistency, because you either get it really too thick or too watery, and then you have to develop it. But that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like chicken stock that's got a little bit too much water in it, but in the best way possible, because it also gets that sort of like mango puree sort of look to it. But looks absolutely fantastic in this glass. And the beer poured, I think initially with about 1 finger's worth of white head, but it has subsided really nicely. So it looks fantastic. Let's give it a whiff. These beers, you know, you're almost guaranteed a winner when you've got some sort of actual citrus infused in your IPAs or pale ales. With me personally, it's just such a satisfying aroma. You're definitely getting that orange, but it's not really like a big acidic hit. It's really nice. Apologies. Tried to terribly disguise a burp then. It was one of those burps that you can feel texture when you do burp. Just made myself some naan bread pizzas. They're the best thing ever. But yeah, you're getting this lovely subtle orange aroma, then like a peaches and cream sort of element. Getting those tropical hoppy aromas, but again really nice and toned down. A little bit of a slight, almost like fresh mint or basil in there as well. Lovely and sherbety. It just smells absolutely wonderful. It's so inviting and so smooth and subtle, but like in an intentional way, in an inviting way. Because you see a beer like this and you're instantly thinking, I want to be like slapped around the face with like big tropical pungent aromas, but every now and then you just want to smell a beer like this. Absolutely wonderful on the nose. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. That's my kind of IPA. That just sings to me. Absolutely wonderful. It's got a lovely bold body to it. I was not expecting this. I was expecting this to be more of a, not like a completely filtered IPA, but a little bit darker. But this is just, it's just absolutely lovely. It's balance, 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 balance. It's all the flavours that you want, the characteristics that you want, but just so beautifully melded together. I mean, if you're a hophead, this isn't going to be one of your wet dream beers. Don't get me wrong, it's not like smack bang right in your face. But those hops are mixing beautifully with the citrus element in this beer. It's the body of it though that's just really taken me back. I was expecting it to be a little bit thinner, because I do find a lot of the more citrus infused beers and fruited beers in general, when it comes to like IPAs and pale ales, they're a little bit thinner. I mean, I've just demolished a bottle of Tangerine Dream. Is it called Tangerine Dream? No, that's the band. Tangerine Clockwork Tangerine from Brewdog, which again is my sort of beer, but in a completely different way. I demolished that beer so quickly. It was like a 660ml bomber. But this is just taking it up to another level. It really, really is. This is one of those beers that I could just excuse me, sit in the garden and just knock back bottle after bottle after bottle without any sort of fatigue in terms of like flavour profiles. And what I'm loving about some of these more hazy beers is when they do them in this really nice and balanced, subtle way, and you still get like the hoppiness and the bitterness of the actual IPA style, and it's got a lovely, subtle, soothing bitterness on the back end that just ends that beer beautifully. I'd go as far as to say this is one of the best IPAs that I've had all year. Well, so far, you know, we're only in June. And I've had so many great beers, which is very rare for me, to have these like big, heavy hitter, like hype beers, but then also just really nice unsung heroes, and then just really well-respected, well-brewed beers. So this year, so far, has been probably one of the best drinking years that I've had. And it's going to be a real bitch, but in a good way, to work out, like, when we're doing the Golden Pints, where we're going through, like, our favourite examples of which style and that sort of stuff, and then even to put together a top 5 right now is a massive pain in the arse. So I've still got 6 months of solid beer schedules. But this is going to be hard to beat. I love fruited IPAs, especially when it's citrus fruits. It doesn't matter if it's grapefruit, lime, orange, blood orange, tangerines, whatever. When you put those fruits in there, they complement the styles of IPAs and pale ales perfectly for me. And yeah, this is a Peter beer. The only thing I would say is, with it saying, you know, orange acid IPA, I was maybe actually expecting a little bit of tartness though, or a little bit of a zing. But no, this is balanced beautifully. I mean, I'm sure if you were to get this, you know, really fresh, there might sort of be that little, like, pow. But I think as the beer is now, I mean, best before date is 16th of August 2018. Not sure if Track employ that sort of like 3 to 4 month shelf life, or I'm not sure how they do it. So no idea when this was actually brewed. But it doesn't matter because it's an absolutely wonderful beer. It really, really is. I mean, there is a slight like sour sherbety edge to it, but it's not like acidic. There's no acidity there. It's just so well balanced and honed in. And understated, but in a good way. And I think it's absolutely wonderful. So, surprise, surprise, it's a 10 out of 10. It's nearly as majestic as my horrific fringe. That's a quote to put on your website there, Track. But, yeah, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's my sort of IPA. It might not be for everybody, but you know, different people like different things. These are the sorts of IPAs that I just love to consume, and I'm gonna obviously be a pretentious twat even more. Go into the garden while it's still light and get a thumbnail on the grass. That's if I can actually make it down without just demolishing this beer, because it's fantastic. Track are they're becoming one of my favourite breweries of the year, and I've only had like 4 of their beers, so, and I've got at least 2 more, so I can give you I can make that statement with a little bit more confidence a little bit later on. But every beer I've had from them has been second to none, and this is probably one of the best that I've had from them. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So that was the Altered State Orange Acid IPA from Track Brewing out of Manchester. Wonderful stuff. Do what you can to get a bottle of this, especially if you love your citrus fruits, because it's there in abundance, but without that harsh acidic edge, which is just amazing to me. So, because I'd imagine they'd have to put a lot in there to get those flavours out. But yeah, perfect summer beer. Perfect beer to just drink all year long. 4.5%. The body on this beer is just mental, absolutely mental. So if you tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Are you a fan of track brewing? Are you a fan of these sort of like fruited citrus IPAs? Give me recommendations, thoughts, opinions. If any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed it, then their reviews will be included down below. And yeah, check out my track brewing playlist. There's only a few videos up there at this point. Check out track brewing. Check out Northern Beer Temple. And more importantly, I hope you'll enjoy me next time. Sounds weird. I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review. So, thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. I need to sort this fringe out. I really, really do. Look at that. That is absolutely terrible. I mean, I do like it that my hair actually goes in different directions and actually sticks, but this fringe, I need to get that sorted. See you guys later.